in the corpus of the Vedas, you have the Veda or the Siddhanta mantra, Samhita section, and then you have the Aranyakas or the text composed in the forest. Aranya means forest in Sanskrit. So Aranyaka composed by the people who were living in the forest, the people who are Vanaprastha, who are living in the Vanaprastha life, or sannyasins who are living that hermit type life, isolated from the crowd, isolated from politics in particular, day-to-day politics in particular. And they also have immense amount of sadhana. Again, because people are not reading. Many Upanishads are part of the Aranyaka, like Taittiriya Aranyaka, Brihad Aranyaka, that's a part of Upanishad, for example. So it's a text of self-realization. I mean, can you find some ritual practices for immediate gain? Yes, you can. Is it good? It's outside of good and bad, because the scope of morality doesn't apply to ritual performance. Ritual performances are ritual performances. How do you apply? In which context you apply? Is a sword moral? That is not an applicable question. How do you use the sword is the question. You can defend the weak, you can defend the helpless, then it becomes absolutely moral. You can use that to terrorize people. You can use that to kill innocent people and children and women, and that is immoral. The same way, mantras have power, rituals have power. People have believed in these things. People have practiced. I practice these things. And if I myself use that in harm's way, then that is immoral. If I myself use that for upliftment of myself and the humanity, and that is the right thing to do. So it is like money. Sally, how do you use your money? And yeah, it is mortifying. It's a, if you have the money, then you are likely to do a lot of things. Some of them might not be very moral. But nobody is choosing to remain a beggar because, oh my gosh, if I have the money, then I might do bad things. Let me just, go and sleep in the street and not make any penny. It is not how people should be thinking. They should be rich, successful, the same way they should practice Tantra. But then it's a valid thing of thinking about misuse of Tantra, which is quite possible. And then therefore we have to study Shastras. This is why, like a Vimarsha, I'm running a Vimarsha foundation where primarily I teach people Shastras, Shastric discourses. Right now, currently I'm teaching Tripura Rahasya, a lengthy philosophy. And people ask me, why these philosophies? Why can't you just teach us some, tantric practice? Sorry, I cannot. That is not how my teachers have ever allowed me to disseminate any teaching, any shastras, because first of all, you have to cultivate your mind, you have to cultivate your heart, you have to think of yourself as a much bigger person in a bigger reality than simply thinking in this narrowest world composed of the success of your neighbor's son and your own son. And then when you recognize your bigger self, and that is where Vedanta comes into play, that is where Agamas come to play. And when somebody has cultivated the heart of a Sādhaka, a real practitioner, then I'm open to discuss those practices only to the people who are first qualified by studies, So therefore, people start practice without actually studying. And that, in my opinion, is wrong. And that is not how my Gurujis, my teachers taught me. And they always combined Vedanta along the side of Tantra. Many people view they are opposite, but we didn't find them opposite. They helped each other, and so we have to also study. Every system comes with some kind of, like you want to buy like IKEA. I hate IKEA. I don't know if you know IKEA, and everybody knows IKEA. I don't like them because without my kids I can't fix anything from IKEA. It's like, you want to buy a package because it is cheaper, and then you don't want to read that basic literature they send with you, how to fix it, how to install it. And then you have this huge pile of all the wood, and then you just put your mattress. Oh, this is my bed I got from IKEA. No, that's not how it works. You have to open the manual and then actually fix everything. And there's a part everything goes. The resisting to read is like that resisting. You first toss that paper out, as soon as you open the box. And because you have all the wood, you don't need the paper, you toss it out. And then you have this pile. That is what practice is today. And the Shastras. The Shastras teach us how to arrange those things. And then you are not sleeping in the pile of wood.